Hello there guys, in this video I want to show you how to run SQL migrations using the Cobra CLI and also SQLite as a database. So let's get into it. First of all, I'm gonna make a folder named migration CLI. Inside of it I want to init a new module with commod init migration CLI. And then I'm gonna open this in VS Code. There we go. I'm gonna zoom on this. And now I want to start by go get the Cobra CLI here. So now I have a go.sum file and I want to create a main.go. Package main, func main, and now I'm going to create a new package. This package will be named cmd for command, and I'm going to have a root file, root.go file. So here we're going to have the entry point of our CLI. So let's add this. Now I want to make a new root command. And this will be a Cobra command. Go. And I'm gonna have some properties. Use is the actual command that we'll type in the terminal later. So I'm gonna choose mcli. And then, as you can see, we have short. You can find this in the documentation of Cobra. I'll link everything in the description, don't worry. So we need a short for the short description and then a long for the long description. And there is also a run property that receives a function. So each time we call mcli, it runs this function, but for this we are not going to use. I'll explain later. So here, root command for our app, root command for subcommands. You can type whatever you want here. I'm gonna write to handle subcommands of our app. Okay, cool. And now here we need a function execute that will actually run our root command. So root command.execute. This can return an error, so let's handle it. If it does, we're gonna print the error and exit. Okay. Now what we want to do is to call this in our main function. Just add a little print here. And call the command package. Be careful to call your own package. Where is it? Okay. Just make sure that it's importing from the name you have in your Go module file here. And now to test this, you can either hit go run main.go, see migration CLI, root command to handle subcommands for our app, or you can of course go build. You can choose a name by adding the flag O for output. So go build -o mcli. This will create a executable and you can call it like this. See, there is two ways of doing this. Okay, let's move on. Now I want to create a subcommand. So I want to create a subcommand named migrate, so we can call migrate up and migrate down. So migrate will be a subcommand of root, and up will be a subcommand of migrate, and down also a subcommand of migrate. So let's create a migrate.go file. Okay, and here it's basically the same thing. But I'm gonna copy this. Here is migrate command. It will not be MCLI but migrate, and I'm gonna say migrate command. Okay, I have a function init, and all we have to do is to add to the root command our migrate command. That's all we need to do for migrate.go. Now let's create a migrate up.go, and also migrate down.go. Okay, let's start with migrate up. So here, migrate up, I want to have, well, it's the same thing. So I'm just gonna copy it once again. But now it's migrate up. Here is just up. Command installs version 1 of database. I don't know. Okay, and here we're gonna have an additional property that we're gonna name run. So run func. Okay, they will receive cmd. There will be Cobra command. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't find it. Args. If we have any args here. And let's just say for now running migrate up command, and we need this here. And now let's add this to our migrate cmd, and this. Okay, see, now once again basically the same thing for migrate down. What is down here? Handles. Let's just leave this empty. You can add whatever you want. So migrate down here, and I want to add migrate down. Okay, now let's test this. See, we have an indirect here. To fix this, just run go mod tidy, and Go will fix everything for you normally. So let's build our program. MCLI, and now let's run, for example, MCLI migrate up, and see Okay, what did I do? Oh, okay, because here is not up, it's down. So if we call again, well, actually we need to rebuild this. If we call again, okay, running migrate up command. So see, this is working fine. Now we need to actually apply the logic for the SQL migrations inside of this run command. And for that, well, we need a database. So let's build a package named database. Sorry, yeah. So database with a config.go file. Oh, I missed an A here. Okay. So package database, and let's have a open method to open our database. So I'll be using SQLi 3. So I'm gonna get the driver for it. And this returns an instance of sql.db. That is a struct. So what I want to do is use the basic SQL package from Golang, sql.open, and here I want to say the driver name SQLi3, and I'm gonna name it mydb. And actually we need to import this. So he recognizes the SQLi3 driver, we need to import it. And let's add an underscore to ignore it on compilation. Okay, so let's handle this error. Different than nil. Error opening DB. Okay, now once we have this, I want to actually ping the database to really check if the connection is alright. So let's hit in db.ping, and this returns an error. So, okay, we need to handle it. Copy this error, pinging db. Now once we have this, we can say that we connected to the database. And we need to return the actual database. Return db. Okay, that's all we have to do for the database. And now we just need to call here inside of this. So let's call database package with the open method. Same for the migrate up command. Can move this. And now if we build this again and we run mcli migrate up, for example, we should see connected to database. And see, we have a file mydb, and this we can open this in DB browser for SQLite. There is a program that I have in my machine, and see, we can add open database, go to wherever you put your folder and open the database. And for now we have nothing, so it's normal, but see, it's open in desktop migration CLI mydb. So this is how we're going to check if our migrations were successful or not. Okay, moving on. Now what we have to do is to actually create the migrations. So let's add a migration file. And I want to add two SQL files, sorry. So I'm gonna say one install. It's important to add the one at the beginning because this is how the Golang Migrate package that we're gonna use later is going to recognize which version is running. So I'm gonna and also dot up or dot down for the action that you wanna do. See this, and I'm just gonna create a basic table in schools. Okay, so what is this? It's going to have an ID, be an int, auto increment, and not no. It's gonna have a name, a varchar, let's say 40 characters. Okay. Then let's add the total students of this school. It'll be an integer. And let's just say that the primary key is the ID. So this should do it. Let's add just another table of students. And it's basically the same thing, ID, okay. Varchar, okay, let's add grade here and an age, int, and okay, this should do for a test. And now let's just add another SQL file. Let's name it install also down SQL. This is very simple, it's just drop table schools and drop table students. Okay, it should be good. Now let's go get the Golang Migrate. I will link the GitHub repo, the documentation in the description. So let's go get this. And now we can use it in our CMD. For example, let's start with migrate up. Okay, so here in migrate up, in our run method, we're gonna start by we're gonna use the SQLite package from Golang Migrate to call some built-in functions like instance and drivers, and then with that driver we're gonna create a new migration instance and run our actual migration. I'm gonna show you to you guys. So first we need to get this, and then here we're gonna have our DB driver. Okay, so our driver, we're gonna call the SQLite from, actually I don't want this from here. Yeah, it's not this. It's not what I want. Just wait a minute. I actually want sorry, I just need to open this Golang Migrate. Okay. Yes, we need this. I'm just in the official documentation. As you can see here, I need this. to recognize the SQLite package. Okay, so now you see we are calling it from the Golang Migrate. The code source of all of this project is in my GitHub, and I will link it in the description, don't worry. And now we just need to call, well, we need to call with instance, yes, okay. So this, as you can see, is expecting a instance of SQL.db that we actually have from our database.open. Pass in this. Oh, we also got an error, so let's handle it. Printf. Okay, cool. What else we got? And just an empty config struct. Okay, so let's say SQLite config. Okay, now once we have our DB driver, what we want to do, this actually, I found this in a, this is specific, if you are using Postgres, you actually don't need to do this, but for SQLite 3, we need to actually get the file source in another way. I found this in a repo here. Oh, it's an old repo from the old migrate package. So I found this issue, sorry, and it explains here. See that this is a workaround for the file source because the driver in the new package is not up to date, I guess. So that's a solution that I found. So I'll be using this for the file source. So yeah, so let's move on. So I'm actually going to copy it. So here we need to say file source, and then we pass in the file struct, and we open the migrations here, our migrations folder. This is just a workaround that I found. So I'll also link the issue in my description. Okay, moving on. So now we can actually create the migrations that we're gonna use. Well, actually the migration from Golang Migrate then will give us access to up and down inversion commands. So yeah, so let's say migrate from the migrate package, and I want new, but not new migrate. I want migrate new with instance of database. New with instance. Okay, got it. So here I want to pass in a file source name because this is this file. File source. Okay, so we need file, we need the source instance here, the source driver. So source driver, I think this is the name of the database. No, database name. Okay, so okay. Okay, source insert is the source driver, so I think it's, yeah, okay, this is the source driver. So the source name, the source driver, the database name. Yeah, okay, I got it. Source instance is actually the source driver. So source name, source instance, database name, database instance. Our database instance is our DB driver. Okay, let's handle the error. If error different to nil. Say there was a migrate error. And now all we have to do is to call m and call the built-in function up. All we have to do, I think this returns an error. Okay, so let's handle it. If error, nil. Migrate up, error. Okay, looking good. What am I missing here? It's not recognizing this. I don't know why. I don't think I need to import it because I already imported migrate, so. I see. Let's just, if I run a go get, don't know if it'll fix things. What is happening here? Okay, yeah, because I'm using the version 4. Let's see, I'm using the version 4 and I actually want, so I imported this. And here I'm just using migrate file. It should be migrate version 4 file, I think. Actually, I need to import version 4. Database, same. And here is version 4. Source file. I'm just gonna test one thing. I'm gonna remove this and just get the version 4. This is not happy. Why? Why? V4. I did not save this. Okay, something's not right. Okay, something was wrong with my go.mat file. It was not importing the version 4 of Golang Migrate. So sorry about that. It should be fine now. Yeah, it should be fine. Let's test this out. So now when we call migrate up, it should run this, and at the end it should call the up function from my Golang Migrate. And this, all we did here is to go into the migrations folder and see the one, then this is up, so it'll fetch the up and we'll run this SQL to our MyDB file. This is all that it's going to do normally if everything works. So let's build our program. Sorry. Let's call MCLI migrate up. It's a bit dark in here. Yeah, a bit better. So yeah, running migrate up command. Oh, we should actually print something here to say that it was successful. Or done, this. But let's open our database again and see if this worked. So as you can see, now you have a table schools and a table students. So this worked. Let's do the same thing. It's exactly the same thing, but for the down command. Okay, let's do this. The difference is we are calling down, so it's migrate down. And let's build this again. So now it should drop the two database that we have here. Okay, let's run this again. MCLI migrate down. So migrate down done. So it should have worked. Let's open our database again and we should have nothing. See, so this is working. And we also got you can make like a version command to just fetch the version of our database, and instead of being down it will be version. But see, then you need to create another migrate version file. I'm gonna stop here. I hope this will help someone that is struggling with SQLite 3. I was really struggling to find a good package to run my migrations. So I hope that this has helped, and see you guys soon. Thank you so much.